Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Color Guards, the live stream LGBTQ inclusive D&D show. Thank you all for joining us for our second week here with our Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica campaign. We're really excited to have you all back with us. A few points of order. We do want to thank some special viewers who've been following along with us. We just made sure to be able to get VIP status for some folks. So we have our first six VIP viewers in Twitch chat. So thank you guys very much. I should have a little notated thing on your name at this point. So way to go. Thank y'all so much for helping support us. And we'll continue giving those out to other members of chat as we continue moving along. If you guys are tuning in live for the very first time, you can catch up on both our character creation stream and our episode 1 stream by following us at twitch.tv/colorguards and all of our social medias, as you see here. And you can follow us along and catch live those first 2 episodes there. Does anybody else have anything before we kind of jump into tonight?
No.
Fantastic. So let's go ahead and recap for those of you what happened in episode 1. So episode 1, our party found themselves converging on the Transguild Promenade, where there was a public display and protest happening in regards to an Azorius law that had just been made, which gave the Azorius Senate power to build a maximum security facility known as Udzek, that they were going to build and have the sole power to send people to and sole power to run it, everything. This was going to uproot people in various other precincts, and in doing so, everybody across Ravnica was outraged by it. So, everybody went to a public protest and display that was happening on the Transguild Promenade, where you all happened upon each other, and through the various connections that you all had before, made sure to introduce the other members of the party to everybody as y'all were there. As you were there, you did see these odd flying devices that were hovering just over the crowd. Thone managed to grab one out of the air using his trunk proficiency. And you guys inspected it some as a little gear on the bottom of it opened up and out burst a sleep cloud, knocking several members of the party unconscious. As you guys continued to investigate this, you noticed a number of goblins that were starting to cause havoc and run amok through the promenade. And between that and the other flying devices that were now starting to actively try to subdue people within the crowd, it seemed like all hell was breaking loose and a riot was emerging very rapidly. You all had no desire whatsoever to get involved with this riot. So after holding off another of these devices, Lucian threw up a fog cloud spell. You guys ran out of it away from the riot and broke apart this one device that you had captured and used that to be able to investigate it a little further. You guys found some really interesting things inside of it. One of the main things that you found was this lens type device that actually had a jar connected to the back of it, that it was slowly depositing these memory strands. Use of memory magic. You guys went and hid away inside Luminitza's office back in Precinct 1 to try to get away from the action and be able to take a moment and figure out what's going on. And after you guys investigated a little bit more, you guys went off in 2 separate directions. We had Lucian, Darrison, and Thone head off to meet up with Lucian's contact, Leonesius, of the Azorius Senate, to see what information he had about these devices. And you guys found out that they were being utilized by the Azorius, and on your way out, Darrison managed to swipe a file that was asking for representation for the 4 goblins that had been running amok at the protest. while this was going on, Luminitsa and Korak managed to scare their way through some information, finding out that a number of Orzhov tithe takers and sin collectors had actually been confiscating similar type devices in a neighborhood of Precinct 2 from a warehouse known as the neighborhood being Griffin Heights, which is traditionally a more even mix of Azorius and Orzhov activity. So you guys went to make your way back. Luminitsa, unfortunately, being interrupted by her boss, Amiri, and not wanting to let Amiri know the other things that were going on. You guys decided to meet in an alleyway close by. Y'all compiled information together and made up the plan to head off and get some information out of these 4 goblins that worked for the Shattergang brothers. And then, since you would be over in Precinct 2 anyway, investigate this warehouse where you guys were at and try to use that as a bit of more information gathering to figure out what's really going on with these devices. And that is where we lead off. So, you guys are en route to Precinct 2 again. You 3 had seen this. At this point, everything along the promenade separating between Precinct 1 and Precinct 2 seems to have kind of died off. It's chilled out. Nobody's being questioned anymore, but there is still a very high presence of Azorius arresters and Boros guardsmen on the promenade now at this point. You don't see any of the other traveling merchants or anybody that were there for the festival. At this point, everybody's split. So, you guys make your way into Precinct 2, and you were heading towards the 4 goblins,
yes.
Correct? Great. You were heading towards the holding facility that they are at, that are currently waiting for representation before being transferred off to some type of prison facility. So you make your way there. In Precinct 2, this is going to be located just outside of Whitestone, the Whitestone area, located closer to New Prov, the actual full areas. There are a number of holding facilities and things like that right at the edge of the New Prov district within the precinct that act as kind of like staging areas and holding areas whenever people are requiring representation or counsel, things like that. So you guys make your way there. It's a very nondescript building. Everything seems to be pretty standard fare. You do see 2 Azorius guards posted up outside of this building. And you can see just like a frosted glass window in the door frame there.
All right. So can we just go in, or are they just like, do we have to like go through them? Are they like blocking the door?
They're posted up on either side of the door.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk in.
As you walk up, they say identification, please.
Okay, I have that, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
as a practicing law mage, you would
Okay.
have on hand your identification showing that you were.
Reach into my satchel and hand them
Perfect.
with a large smile.
Hand out a folder of papers. It's got your practicing identification number, who you traditionally report to, things like that, for it, as well as your stamps of confirmation that you are allowed to practice law. They kind of look it over, glance over a few times, look at the rest of you to be like, and are these all your associates?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you require all 4 of them?
We have a lot of paperwork we'll need to file, yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh. 4 defendants, 4 associates to help me with the paperwork? Is this your first day on the job? 19.
19. Usually it's always like, it's fine, that's fine. It'll be a little cramped, but I think that'll be fine. Come forth. Who's walking up right behind?
I'm right behind him. I gotta see what
He
happens.
says, identification, please.
I'm gonna pull my sleeve back and show him my tattoo.
And he just kind of like...
That's all I got.
Great. This one won't be allowed inside.
That's perfectly all right. I understand.
Do any of the others of you have identification?
I've got a rolled up piece of paper.
He kind of gingerly holds out his hand.
There you go. It's a sign I made.
He unfurls it and reads it. Okay. Are any of your associates practicing law mages with you?
Did I ever say they were? No, I never
Like
made
you
that
said,
claim.
we're here for the paperwork.
Yeah, they're here for the paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork to carry. They're strong. Look at
I
them.
have nimble
Great.
hands.
All of you will wait outside as your associate conducts his business. This is a location only for those properly practicing law.
All right, but if I break my back carrying boxes of paperwork out of that building, I'll have you know that you're going to be held liable.
If you need assistance, I'm sure that we can manage. So the rest of you guys are hanging out outside the building. You walk in, and there's a short receptionist desk. There's a Vidalcan woman there taking notes and handing them off to a homunculus that has like this huge ring of keys that's around its neck as well. It's just holding all these various keys. You walk forward and present your the case that you are taking on. She just kind of like holds on to it, makes a note, holds out her hand for your identification. It's all very run-of-the-mill. You're used to this at this point. She makes a few notes. She kind of like makes a few stamps on some things. Hands it to you, says, we have to fetch your clients and deposit them into a visitation room for you, but that visitation room will be the third one down on the left.
Thank you very much.
You walk in and there's a very long table. It's got probably like 3 seats on each side. You walk in and takes a few minutes, but as you're going, eventually a Azorius arrestor and the woman hold the door open. And she actually walks over and takes one of the chairs and puts it on the other side of the table from you. And in walk the 4 goblins. And you can see their wrists are being restrained behind their backs with some type of magical force, like some type of band that's like band of magic that's tying their wrists together. As they all go to take their place, you see the Vidalcan woman wave her hand, and their wrist restraints are freed. And all 4 goblins just kind of like take their seats, but you watch them as like they're like pushing at each other and moving and pulling, and like this one wants this seat. Okay, well this one's gonna come over here. Fuck you. Like it takes them a minute to finally get settled. And you watch the Azorius arrestor kind of like give a little bit of a chuckle, and the woman snaps her fingers, and he just kind of straightens up and goes, "I'll be right outside the door." And he walks out and closes the door behind him.
So it's just me and the 4 goblins. Gentlemen, it is your lucky day.
You see the 3 of them go, "Gentlemen!" And you see like the smallest one of the bunch just kind of like holds up their hand and just goes, I'm the only man here."
Gentle goblins, it is your lucky day. I am here to represent you in your current legal troubles.
"What illegal troubles? What did we do?"
Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. I want to know everything about the day you were arrested.
Roll a persuasion check.
14.
14. The one that's the smallest goes, "Well, first we were..." "Shut up! Don't tell him anything!"
Come now. To the one that was so mean to her friend or his friend. I'm not sure which goblin it was. Their friend. Come now. You of course want the most amicable outcome for all of us here. They're just trying to help themselves out, just like you should be doing in this situation. If you tell me everything you know, I can mount the best legal defense I can, and we can get you out of here as quickly as possible.
Make another persuasion check.
Oh, 4.
4. She just kind of scoffs at you. She's like, we're not telling you anything. We'd rather rot in prison than give up them. And you see the other one at the end is like, sister, you can't say those things. He already knows. Damn it. She's just like, shut up. You shut up. And they start arguing and bickering between themselves some more.
Who is that now? Give up who?
You see the short male one just go, I think he was talking about... Shut up! Don't say anything!
I see what's happening here. You are just some innocent goblins who are caught up in all of this mess, and they think you're somehow connected to some other menacing, evil, criminal goblins. And of course you don't know anything about them, right?
Roll, yeah, like another persuasion check.
Keep him company.
Oh.
That's the one.
You're great.
You see
I rolled a 1.
You see the mean one, I just go like, ooh, Estrix knows whenever somebody's trying to double talk her.
You're so incredibly intelligent. I can't imagine what a goblin like you would be doing caught up in all of this with these other 3 ruffians.
She goes, Don't tell him anything, sisters. Or you, brother.
Okay. So, I turn around for a second, because I'm at a loss at what to do. I turn back around, and my smile is gone, and I slam my hands on the table, and I go, listen here, you little shits. If you don't tell me exactly what I want to know, I will make sure that you stay locked in here as long as I can possibly leave you, and if that's not enough, I'll make sure you're released. But not back to your little goblin homes, no. We'll have some Orzhov enforcers waiting for you to make sure that they beat the information out of you. Does that sound all right?
Roll an intimidation check at advantage. That's spooky. I was not ready for that.
Oh, come on! With advantage, I have a 7.
Incredible.
I'm very ineffective.
You don't have the
You
stats
see
for
the-
the
I should have gone.
Yeah,
with
I'm like
him.
5'7" and 120 pounds. They're
You
not.
see the-
They're not
You didn't
intimidated.
You
I
see
should've
the
gone.
littlest one, the boy. He just starts shaking. He's like, I'm sorry, the Shadow Gang brother said to. Shut up! And you see the one just like hard deck him across the face. As soon as she does that, you see the Azorius Arrestor like open the door and is like, hey, no physical contact!
Of course. I'll keep my clients under check. I'm so sorry about that. You know how goblins can be.
This is your first and only warning.
Of course, sir.
Kind of slams the door behind him.
Look, I'm sorry. We obviously got off on the wrong foot here. Maybe there's one other thing I can try, and I pull out my satchel. That's like clinging with coins, like a whole platinum piece worth of coins. Does this change your mind at all?
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I'm doing bad. Yeah, I know. I don't blame you.
This is not great right now.
Oh, that's 8.
8.
Yeah.
Almost like that.
The littlest one just goes, well, I mean, Estrix isn't gonna be impressed by that. We already got paid for the job. Estrix is just like, brother, shut up!
All right then. Well, there's apparently nothing I can do. I guess I'll just leave you here and be off. You've clearly are beyond my legal representation skills at this point.
You just see, yeah, you hear all of them start, like, at least the 3 sisters start arguing amongst themselves, and turning back to you and spewing some very hateful things in Goblin.
I turn and I hang my head a little bit, and I'm like, don't cry, Lucian. You can do this.
Don't cry in front of the client.
And I exit and leave.
While Lucian is doing all this, the 4 of you are outside. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
19 with whatever. What am I looking at again?
Perception.
Perception.
So you double your
Proficiency,
so
so-
plus 4.
Plus 4, so 23.
23.
17.
Advantage.
14.
15 plus was on there? 16.
16. So, what did you roll?
14.
14. So, you three, keeping watch and doing everything, you spot him first,
Mm-hmm.
and you spot two goblins probably like a block or so down,
Okay.
wearing similar type clothes as the other ones that you had seen.
Mm-hmm. Seen as if the other goblins?
The four goblins
Okay.
that Lucian's. You see them wearing similar clothes
Okay.
and similar styles. And you see two goblins a little bit further down. And you see them start like bickering and arguing as they are like haphazardly trying to like stay hidden behind carts and like barrels or
Okay.
whatever's like out on the street.
Uh-huh.
And you two catch on as they start like actively arguing and getting about a good block away, and then they kind of like both take a minute and look up and look like straight into you three,
Yeah.
and they're just like and they turn and start bolting down the street.
Okay. Darrison, I need you to catch those guys.
I'm already running.
Yeah.
Great.
I heard my name. I saw a point. Let's go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna follow him.
yes.
I'll be back up
Okay.
because I could easily snap.
Great. So for this chase sequence, I need both of you to make either athletics checks or acrobatics checks as you are trying to like maneuver through the crowd and try to catch up to them.
5.
That rolled very far to not.
Unfortunately, as like a big, tall, imposing minotaur, moving very swiftly through crowded streets does not help.
No, I'm caught behind people.
Like you keep getting like caught behind people and you try to like push some people out of your way, but like some folks try to move out of the way for you and like they keep getting blocked by you. What did you get?
13 for acrobatics.
13. Okay. You at least are able to like do
I'll
like
take the-
some slide maneuvers.
I'll go
and, like,
up and
duck
over if I got
maneuvers.
to.
You use some of the barrels and things to like parkour. Yeah, parkour.
Let's go.
And you still maintain about like a block and a half distance between you and them. Go ahead and both of you go ahead and make checks again. This time at disadvantage for you since you're caught up
Okay, so that's me rolling twice.
and
or-
taking the lower.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.
A natural 1.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna say you are too far caught up with all the others, and so you're not able to get there, and you end
It's like
up
full
having
roadblock.
to like, you end up having to fall behind.
No one
I'm
knows how to
angry
get
at
out of
people.
your way.
Scream.
I'm at a 21 for acrobatics.
A 21, great. You notice one of them starting to fall behind the other, and you hear the one that's like a little bit further away just being like, ha ha, and keep like and is maintaining distance. But you're now within like catching up a distance of one of them and being able to grab on them. So go ahead and make another check.
Acrobatics.
I still want to follow, but I'm obviously gonna be
Yeah, you're just
super far.
A 10.
a 10. You were just able to meet up to him. So now you can make a grapple check. So make an attack against them. And if you hit, you'll like grab onto them.
What am I adding to my attack? Am I adding my dex?
Whichever you would add,
I would-
it's fine.
Do I have proficiency or just my dex?
Yes.
Okay. So 18.
18? Plenty. You catch up and you like just kind of like tackle and roll and pin this goblin to the ground. And it's just like gnashing and biting like, let go! No! Sister! She's just like, ah! And is like continuing to run.
I'm gonna like hold him by his like collar, and I'm gonna look back for Luminitsa because I don't know
Am
why
I
I
in
did
earshot?
this.
Probably they're now probably like 4 or 5 blocks away from you
Alright.
guys. Like
But
you saw them.
I'm the
You're just standing next to
closest,
me.
but
Yeah,
and
we're just
far.
chilling
And
out.
you're able
Sitting there
to
We're
like
like, yeah,
eventually
it's-
catch up.
We're the
Yeah.
smart ones over
Um,
after this.
Yep.
and arrive and you see Darrison holding on to this goblin.
I'm like looking back for Luminita because I don't know why I did this.
I was gonna say Korak finally catches up to you.
What did you do? Asked the goblin.
Roll an intimidation check and add Korak's intimidation modifier since Korak.
Oh, mine's good too though.
Oh.
My and
Do I get to add my own as well?
Yeah.
I was so proud of the answer to that.
You get +2 from me.
Makes it a 15.
15 total. You see the one just kind of like he like stops and shakes, and he keeps like trying to move his body further away from Korak, who is just like standing tall and imposing behind you. And you see him just shaking. He's like, I'm sorry. We were sent to try to get info on our brethren who were being locked up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
we're on the same side then.
No.
Yeah, no, like I know
He
he's
kind of like looks you both over. He's like,
no,
No.
he looks scared, but like we're cool.
No.
We're cool.
roll a deception check.
I am cool. It's 16.
Yes, you're cool.
Son of a-
You're also not on the same side as a goblin gang, so you know.
I don't have sides.
Gavin just looks you over like, did you guys get hired too? Was this like a multi-team job? What? I don't understand.
Well, okay, so like we were there at the demonstration, and you know we had our thing to do, and they had their thing to do, and it seemed like their thing was going pretty well, I guess, but our plan kind of fell through. So we were trying to catch up with them and kind of get back on the same page.
Roll a deception check. House of Liars. Now
I keep waiting for an opportunity to
18.
be intimidated.
He's just like, you just see him kind of like shaking. He's like, yeah, like that make no, like it would make sense that Rickig and Gardigig would hire more than one team. Like no, that makes total sense. And you guys aren't goblins, so like, who would have known?
Right? That's probably
Right.
why you didn't know about us. We were trying to keep it kind of DL, you know. Need
That's
to
why
know
they're the
information.
leaders. They're so smart.
Those guys are fucking geniuses. Am I right?
I'm like, well, why did you like just chase me down?
I am not really sure. I guess I don't know what came over me. I feel like, you know, I saw someone that looked like a friendly face, and today's just been so crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm just like, I'm so stressed. Did you were you there? Did you see everything that happened? Like, hey,
No, we weren't there for that. We found out that they got arrested and came to get information.
Oh
out
my
of them.
god, it was wild, and I'm just like so distraught because like, I mean, one of the guys that they caught, that he's my buddy, you know. Like I'm really like worried about his safety. I sorry. Where are my manners? What was your name?
You just didn't kind of look up. He goes, "Dazaz."
Besides, Darrison, myself.
Oh my god, our names start with D. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
You are cool. You're still really fucking scary, but
Well,
you're
yeah,
really
I'm
cool.
supposed
No,
to be.
he's
Okay.
cool. He's the muscle, you know. You always
Well.
gotta have some. I mean, what am I?
He
doing?
just kind of looks. He's like, "Well, obviously."
Hey, but I'm the fast one.
Okay.
Yeah. We all have our part to play in all of this, and refresh my memory. It's been a while. What were you guys up to?
We, myself and Juzba, points back to the goblin that ran away. Our job was to come and check in and find out what had happened with the others.
Yeah, we've got a man on the inside, so we're trying to figure that out from another angle. Like you said, we have a versatile set of skills. That's why they hired us, and so we're trying to figure out what happened. If you want to hang around for a bit. You know, we could kind of swap notes, see what happens. You know, lay low. I could show you.
I don't think I should be around here out in the open.
Oh no.
At
I know a really
at
good
this
alley.
point, he's still trying to like scooch up out of your hold and stand up, given that you're just there on the ground holding a.
I assume we've stood up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're not just like lounging on the cobblestone.
It's just like I would really like to like get out of here and check back in with the brothers.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where are you guys headed? We'll I'm pretty sure we're pretty close to cracking this and figuring out what's going on. I'll catch up with you guys later. We'll figure out.
Great. Just meet us back at headquarters and we'll see you there.
Oh yeah. I always get confused. I'm usually on missions over in like District 3 and stuff like that. Where? I'm so bad with directions. It's down, and I'm gonna like point down a random street, and then a right, and is it on the corner of? What was it again?
Make a deception check at disadvantage, because none of the things that you just said were even remotely correct.
That is 19.
19? He's just like, well, here, I'll just write, and he like asks you for like a piece of paper. And
Of course.
to write, and you
Paper and
funnel
some
out.
charcoal and
He,
whatever.
and he writes it out, and he hands it to you, and it's an address within the smelt ward.
Smelt ward. I knew it. Smelt it, dealt it, shady dealings. And I have to use mnemonics all the time. My memory is terrible.
That's a really great idea to remember.
Right?
I'm gonna use that.
I'm just over here like
Smelt
shaking
it,
my
smelt
fucking
it,
head.
dealt it. Yeah.
I'm like, well, man, it's so good seeing you again. I will catch up with you later.
Smelt it, dealt it. Yeah, we'll see you there.
All right, thanks,
He's
Des.
gonna turn and walk away. So you two
It took way
return
longer.
to Thone and Luminitza, and you can.
So,
You're missing something.
no, Des is like super cool.
He charmed him.
We were
It's
talking
just-
about his sign as we were waiting for whatever you guys were doing, and you didn't bring me back the goblin. Where's the goblin?
So
We
I
have the
glad.
information.
all of the goblins, okay? And I pull out the little piece of paper with the address on it.
Okay.
HQ, Smelt Ward. Des back there. We're buds now. Super tight.
Okay.
They were here to check in on our friends inside,
Mm-hmm.
and they're reporting back to Rickig and Gardigig back at HQ in the Smelt Ward. So
Okay, and what is it? How is that useful to us?
He's an idiot, managed to like woo them, and now we're cool and we can just walk in. Or
I mean,
some
that
shit.
tracks with
So-
Garrison, but what's
okay.
Okay.
The long story, since you always
no,
like
no,
the
no,
long
no,
version.
I don't want the
Let's
long,
do this
I don't
short
want the
story.
flourish. I
They
don't
think
want
that
the
we were
flourish.
hired by the Shattergang brothers
Okay.
as part of whatever was going on in the district, and
Mhm.
so now they were supposed to collect information on what happened and like the status of the ones that got arrested, and they're
Mhm.
reporting back to Rickig and Gardigig
Okay.
for whatever they got hired for.
Uh-huh.
So we can now just go talk to Rickig and Gardigig if we want. I
Okay, so
assume.
Okay, so you could have just said
Hopefully.
that.
Probably.
Okay.
Right.
Hopefully.
I think
Okay.
Des will vouch for me, right?
Where?
I don't think they know who you are.
So we have to go talk to goblins.
Yes.
All right.
But wait.
Goblin.
We still have to wait for Lucian. He might actually have something
Oh
useful
yeah, what's the
for
kid
once.
up to? Can I, like-
Around now is when you are fully processing out and you're able to make your way out the door.
My friends, I'm so sorry to inform you that I have bad news. You see, I was brought into the room with the goblins, and
Mhm.
to my surprise, they had heard of me, and they were begging for my representation. And I began to go through the process with them and see what had happened that day. And it turns out that some of their interests run contrary to the interest of another client of mine, and a lesser law mage might have used this to their advantage, but not the Honorable Lucian Zilzaxos. So, of course, standing up to the highest bar of legal ethics, I simply told them that I could not continue to represent them due to this conflict
I
of interest.
would like to give him a
I'm
very
gonna
discerning
call
look.
bullshit.
Roll a deception check, and all of you can roll insight.
Oh,
checks.
I'm gonna
no.
roll a bull. Oh, I got a 4.
Jesus, what am I looking at?
That was
Insight.
Insight. So
Why-
I
why-
have 16. Is that right?
Why are you rolling like
yeah.
disadvantage in the high teens? and I'm
I
rolling
got a
I don't-
4.
I'm on
I
audio.
don't.
7.
Uno, which is
Mm.
dose.
This
but it's
Insight
Uno.
right there.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought I had advantage.
Oh, you
I
didn't
do
have
not.
advantage, okay.
Oh, 19.
I got a 4.
The
I think
Lexidon.
he's believing it, but I'm just like,
Darrison and Korak are deeply distraught at not being able to get it. And Thone and Luminitza are just like deadpan staring you.
So
You like
you're-
notice the tear stains on my cloak?
So you got us nothing because you couldn't get it. You couldn't get the information.
Due to my ethical obligations
I'm
as a
not
law
hearing.
mage.
I'm not hearing this again. Okay, so we have a lead with Darrison.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid. Don't be too hard on him, okay? But don't worry, Lucian. It's okay.
Thank you so much,
It's
Darrison.
okay. She's got a bit of an edge to her. You can wear her down. It'll take a while.
Okay.
But
I'm not breaking
we're
these
not
two up.
at a loss for information. Turns out there's goblins just all over the place, and I found some too. And they apparently all know each other because I got their address.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You see, when you follow the right path, things just work out for you.
I thought
So-
yours was the right
We've
path.
never followed the right path.
But things did work out for us. So
I mean,
I agree.
yes. I mean, we got some kind of information. We also have the warehouses. So, what are we? I guess we can go meet with your new buddy, Des.
Is it? What time is it in the day? It's still
Um,
early.
it is getting close to twilight now.
Oh, I'm supposed to know
it's
that.
probably about it's probably
yeah.
about like 5 or 6 at this point.
Oh, so it's a little later.
And the smelt ward is in precinct 6, which is all the way back through precinct 1 and into the next precinct as well.
So,
And then you do still have the address for the warehouse within precinct 2, where you guys currently are.
So it'd take us
Well, the
several
warehouse
hours.
first.
Yeah.
I would
It would be
imagine-
well into
We're-
night before y'all even like
And
Yeah.
nobody would
arrive
probably be
at
there.
the location.
Okay.
We're already in the neighborhood. We could go check out the warehouse, and I think hit at the HQ like tomorrow evening. When it's.
do you think that will work? Will they still believe that you're buddies?
Oh yeah. No, we're like this now. I'm telling you.
Okay. But I agree, because Smelt Ward is nowhere near us. So I would imagine going to the warehouse and seeing what is there and what was maybe still there would be
And
the
whoever's making
better way
these
to use
robots.
this evening.
They would probably have less guard at night, so we would
That's a
probably
good
have
point.
an easier way to get in.
It's true. I can use my stealth.
And your sign.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We'll sneak in.
yeah.
How do you stealth?
Crouch. Real low.
But you're still twice my height when you crouch.
Well, you are very tiny.
You crouch down like almost on all fours, and you still cover like right above
See,
Lucian's
stealth.
head,
Stealth.
and you get down real low, and even Lucian at like full profile, probably there's still just like elephant man around the edges, just like
Stealth.
stuff.
That's what we'll do.
I mean,
Works for me.
All right.
okay. We will do stealth Bones way, and we will do stealth our way, and we'll see how it performs. And
I hope you don't
Oh,
expect
Is
me
this a
to stealth.
competition? Are we
No,
putting a
you're-
little make this interesting?
interesting.
Yeah.
Are you?
First one into the warehouse wins. I'm gonna take out a gold coin.
I'll take you up on that.
Interesting.
All right. If I beat the kid here into the warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
he owes me a gold coin. Everyone heard that, right?
I'm on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put money on that.
All right.
I'm too
Speed's
loud.
not my
I'm
game.
not worried about this. You humans do what you do best.
Speed's
Let's
not my
do it.
game.
Because you have stealth.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
To the warehouse.
Are we just going to
The warehouse.
casually walk to the warehouse? Or
First.
are we
Phone's
going
gonna stomp
to...
off in that direction.
Or are we going to, like, take side roads and alleys and be, like, stealthy on our way?
No,
to-
we're gonna walk towards it because if it's been confiscated by Ojova already, I have jurisdiction to be there, and Lucian has jurisdiction to be
And you would know this, Limonita, the district, or the district and neighborhood of Griffin Heights, is very Orgeat friendly.
Okay.
A lot of the businesses and tenants and folks often happily give like tithe and penance
Oh,
and things.
yeah, so they
And
like
so
me.
there are quite a few Orgeat knights and tithe takers
Perfect.
that just regularly operate out of there.
Mhm.
And you see a lot of folks. The reason why something probably as sketchy as this warehouse business was able to do so is some level of transparency with the Orgeat.
So the
and
Orgeat knew.
Possibly.
Possibly, okay. So what we're gonna do, I would think this would be the best rule of action in Griffin Heights because my colleagues are very welcome there. We can just walk in. I need you to make yourself scarce, and so that you can just appear at the warehouse when we need you. You to me, and sure.
Yes.
Both of you will be there, and we will go and investigate the warehouse.
Hey, they
I
were
can-
easily fooled by me. I think it would be easy enough.
That's true, and I mean, I was told to be more creative in my tithe taking, so I have more creative options now.
I'm
I
very
can.
creative.
I'll follow along with them like the main way, and then when we're like a couple blocks away, I'll split off down an
Yeah.
alley, and I want to go.
Yeah. I
How
would
tall are
imagine.
the buildings? Like in
Okay.
this.
So you guys start making your way
I'm
there.
gonna take the rooftop route.
There are pretty regularly like second and third story tenement buildings and like tenant buildings and warehouses, shop fronts along this area. And as you guys get a little bit closer, Darrison, you kind of scurry off and
I just.
climb up a
Yes.
drain pipe and get up top because you do have a climb speed.
I'm very climby.
Yeah, he's very climbing, and I know this, and so I know that he is going to basically rendezvous on the roof of the.
Okay, great.
other-
So the other four of you kind of arrive
Yes.
outside the front area of this, and you can kind of see Darrison is poised on top of a rooftop above to your right, I guess, on the rooftop building above. Everybody go ahead and give me perception checks. Darrison, I'll say you can do it at advantage since you are up high.
Gracious. Oh, that didn't help much.
17.
I'm at a 7.
19.
12.
12.
8. No, don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm worse. I'm a 7.
I'm making up for my lack of
So
speed.
you guys are keeping an eye out, and you can actually see where this warehouse, where this location is. There is a small storefront in the front portion of it that looks like it's connected to the back warehouse
Okay.
behind it.
Okay.
And you two notice an alleyway that kind of like hugs along the side of the building and circles back around to the back.
Okay. I would like. Am I able to signal to him by chance?
Yeah.
Is he okay? I would like to signal that in like some weird like that way to let him know that there's a back alleyway he could probably scope around to check out.
Okay. Roll an insight check, Darrison, as Korak is like,
This Minotaur just going, yeah.
And that's a 1.
Yeah. The,
Oh.
No, I like.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a 1 on my. Well, it's total of 2, but it's a natural 1.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not quite certain what Korak is trying to get across to you.
I'm like gonna rave.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
We need to teach him the.
yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's. I thought you taught him,
Can
but I
I-
guess not.
Can I peer around? Are there any like guards or any people around the warehouse?
Give me an investigation check as you are checking it out.
That is a -1, so a 7.
Looking
Not your day.
around,
It's
looking
not
around,
large.
you don't see any guards or anybody keeping watch around the outside. But you can see as you're kind of like peering around and kind of like pacing up and down this rooftop that you're on. You peer over to the edge and you can see there is a wooden staircase that leads up from the alleyway to a door on the backside of the warehouse area.
And how wide is the alley?
The alley itself isn't
To
that.
like from my rooftop to the roof of the warehouse.
It's probably about 10 feet.
But I don't see anyone in the alley.
And who?
Uh,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I could climb around and climb over to the doorway.
I was gonna say you can like make a running jump.
Yeah,
and get across it.
if I think I can jump it, I'll jump it.
You don't have to roll.
Acrobatics or it's
You can standing jump your
half of your move speed.
no. You can standing jump your strength score, or you can running jump. I think it's like 2 or 3 times your strength
Okay.
score or something like that.
So I can running jump,
So,
but I
like,
can't stand
yeah,
jump it.
Yeah, a long jump is if you move. Oh no, here we go. This is it right here. Long jump. If you move 10 feet, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score. When you make a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance. So since it'd be just outside of that range, you would need to make an athletics check to do it to try to make up the other 2 feet of
Athletics or
distance.
acrobatics?
Athletics, because this is actual like jumping.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Oh no.
I have a -1.
Oh no.
Let's just say if I don't think I can jump it, I will climb to it.
But you just
did though.
don't.
You are able to grab onto the sides of the building and catch yourself about halfway down, but you do take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of like smack into the side of the wall.
First thing I'm gonna do is look around and see if anybody saw that.
Y'all 4 roll perception checks.
13.
Oh. 2.
No,
13.
I saw some beautiful clouds.
you 2 did.
Somebody noticed?
No,
Y'all
y'all
heard-
2.
y'all-
Y'all watched him jump and smack into a building.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do a little roll and like play it off and
Yeah,
dust myself
alright.
off and just walk up the stairs.
Okay.
Next
So you,
To the
so
door.
You walk up the. Well, you are on the side of the building.
Okay, yeah.
Like, so
I'm gonna-
you can climb down and go around the alleyway, or you can climb up and go up over top.
Okay, yeah. I'll climb up. Over
Okay,
the top
up
of
on
the
top of the
building,
roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get around to that door that I saw.
Cool. What are the rest of the 4 of you going to do?
What is it, the store top? Or a store
Do you want to like look into the,
Yes,
the
yes,
windows?
mhm.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you were kind of like looking in through these windows.
18.
18. You look into this storefront, and it looks like a number of like small mechanical baubles and trinkets and things.
Mhm.
However, there's a decent sized number of like empty spots on the shelves and things like that. Like it hasn't been restocked in quite some time, and it seems almost neglected.
So there's no
This
personnel in
storefront
there?
side, no.
Okay.
Is there a front door?
Mm-hmm.
There's no workers like coming in or out or around the building.
Not in the storefront area. No.
So it looks like the storefront is a bit abandoned, and there's nobody else around the building. So
I'm gonna stealthily inspect the front door.
I was
Make sure
just
there's
gonna
no runes on it.
say, is there
Go
any
ahead and roll
magic?
a stealth check for me.
Excellent.
Oh god.
Where's mine? Okay, good. That is a 14.
14. You go to open the door, but because you were so tall, you can see you'd have to squeeze through. But one thing that you can see is that there is a little bell at the very tip top of it, and you are able to kind of like hold the bell as you kind of like sneak through. I absolutely have to use the restroom, and I cannot.
okay.
So I will be right back. The rest of you continue talking amongst yourselves and things as we take a real quick break.
Okay.
That coin is as good as mine.
Is it?
No way Darrison gets in there before us.
I
Apparently,
tried to
I'm getting
signal
worse.
to him.
But I mean, who knows? He just stealthily walked into that storefront, so.
I walked
I
in the
doubt
front
he
door.
stealthily walked
I
into
did.
the
There was
door.
a bell, and I silenced
Not
the bell.
you.
I did. I
I was
stealthed
talking
in.
about Darrison.
I
We were talking
stealthed.
about Darrison.
I stealthed right in the front door. That's the best way to stealth, because everyone expects you to stealth from the back door, and so you stealth in the front door.
I have to
You're
give
just
him
lucky
props.
there's
He's
no
not-
magic.
He's not wrong.
I looked
He's
for
not.
magic.
He's lucky there's no magic. He probably
I
could have got like
mean-
punted 500
It was a magic
feet.
bell.
Do you know it was a magic bell?
Could have been. Smush now.
I,
Tiny little bell.
I absolutely
Delta
cannot.
Baby.
With
I
you.
mean, he did say he was gonna stealth in, and he
How
stealthed
does
in.
an elephant man stealth?
You squeezed the bell.
You never
My
know.
hooves could
Y'all
be
just saw
heard.
it
never
happen. I don't
know.
know.
My hooves could be heard a
I didn't
mile
comprehend
away.
what I saw. Like, I know, like, deep down inside, I know that was a very large elephant man who could not possibly be missed, but my eyes saw, like, nothing. It was just like a flash, and the
You
door
also
opens.
couldn't get anything from
and-
goblins, so I have very little hopes
I like
of
you.
Excuse me if my legal obligations bar me from being
Bullshit.
unethical and getting information from
She
clients.
cut through your facade.
Well, I
you're
cut
not.
through all of his facade. It is all facade.
You're not
He's still
fooling
Zaxxos.
anybody.
So I mean, I have to admit though, that was well done.
I think
Well
that's
done.
why I like you.
I can
Most
try
people,
to-
most people,
Mhm.
absolutely everyone
Tell
is
me
completely
more.
fooled by my charisma, but not you. Like everyone else is in the palm of my
Well, if
hands.
this
They
is
eat
my
right out of it.
answer-
I
Or
can
me.
control them, but you
You-
are not controlled by
You
my
think
charisma.
you can control me? Right. I'd like to
All
see you
right.
try.
Thank y'all so much for that real quick break. Apparently, when you were battling off a sinus infection and you drink every single bit of water in this earth, it does a number on your bladder.
Yeah, it has to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Um,
All right.
while they're out in front bickering, because that's what they did the
I'm
entire
already
time.
inside.
I was gonna say, so Thone, you managed to just squeeze it, and you had to like squeeze through this door. You did hear like the
With-
metal frame kind of like shudder a little bit.
Self-fully creaking. Used to that.
But it's all right. But you make your way in, and you can see that there is a door that leads further back in, off to the left, behind a little like shelf, like desk, like separator.
Oh.
To like be able to like pull it up and walk back behind the counter and put it back down. You see there's a door off to your left over there.
All right. I'll go stealthily open the door.
Okay. You try the door and it is locked.
Ah, is it a flimsy door?
I mean, it's a door.
What, before,
Stealthily punch that down.
No. I can open it without having you stealthily
Oh, that's right.
do anything.
There are other people here with other skills.
Yeah,
Excellent.
fancy way.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that.
By the time I make it, when I get to the door,
Okay.
it's over on the side. First, I want to listen and hear, see if I hear anyone inside, or are there any windows that I could maybe peer in?
Cool. Give me
Before
a
I open it.
perception check.
You hear a
Try
large elephant.
Both.
Ooh. Plus 1. 17.
17. As you put your ear to it, you hear the very faint sounds of somebody talking, and you hear what sounds like a door close inside.
Unfamiliar voices?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually hard to pick out their actual voice, but you can,
Okay. But distant?
Yeah.
Not right on the other side of the door?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly open the door.
Okay.
And see if I
And
can
you try the door, and
slink
that
in.
one is open. You walk into a second floor warehouse space. It just looks packed with crates and barrels and boxes. And you can look at the far end, and you see a wooden staircase that leads down to another door. And there's a little light on over that door.
Okay, is there anything in the warehouse space? Empty crates?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check while you check through these warehouse crates.
Just as I look out, 17.
17. As you are looking around through these, you can see a number of them have like discarded baubles and trinkets and like little mechanical toys. And a lot of these crates look like jam-packed with like the same one. So it looks like one is like a crate of like a little mechanical horse. One of them is like another kind of like trinket or bauble, almost like a mechanical type kid's toy.
Can I take one of the little like toys?
Sure.
I'm just gonna. I want to
Great.
take one and put it in my pocket. And
That's
So
one
you can
does.
play with it.
Yeah.
like skirting around the light, but try to get to the wall that door is on, and see if I can maybe listen, if that's where the voices are coming
Okay.
from.
Great. While you're doing that, let's go ahead and hop over here to you. trying to pick the lock.
pick the lock.
Okay, great. So this is going to be a dexterity check.
Okay.
And you're going to add your proficiency modifier because you're proficient in these tools.
Woo!
Ooh.
An 18 plus my
Oh.
proficiency, you said?
And plus your dexterity.
So that is a 23.
Without it, like, this is not some kind of like fancy lock. It's just a lock to go from like one part of the warehouse to the storefront.
Okay.
So you're pretty easily able to do so. Give me a. Actually, I'll do this with your passive perception because that's like while you're doing this.
Okay.
You get the lock to stop as you go, and you can hear like a voice like directing people on the other side. Like
How close to the door?
probably within like 10 or 15 feet from
Okay.
the door.
Okay.
But you hear them like, make that tighter. That needs to be done a little bit better. Check that seal.
Okay.
Like those
Is
types of
it
things.
human voices, or can we tell if they're...
You wouldn't be able to
Specific.
tell.
Okay.
Like,
Just all right,
just
all
from
right.
hearing.
Okay, guys, I got the door open, but there's somebody on the other side, so we might not be able to go this way. Hopefully, Darrison might be on the other side, but we have to. I don't think we can get through this without being alerted.
We could punch them.
We could. That is always an option. A valid one, but
You're
I
not
don't think that's
confident
the
in
right
your
one.
skills.
My skills to open the door are done. So
Okay,
I did
but
what
you have no
Mom-
other skills.
No, but I can do this, and I know how to assess the situation. And the situation.
Can you see past the door to see if there's any place we could hide?
Yeah. Can I like open the door just a tad? and look
Maybe your
through?
key's full.
Roll me a stealth check.
Maybe we could just talk to them.
Okay. Hold on. Stealth plus 3, 16, and that's not my proficiency. Oh, it says I'm proficient in it, right?
You're double proficient in stealth.
Oh, okay,
So
so
4, 5, 6, 7.
7, so 20. A dirty 20.
Jeez. Yeah. So you hold on to the knob,
Mm-hmm.
completely turn it so it's open, and holding on to it and the door frame, you just crack the door open enough to get like an eye into the room.
Okay.
And from there, you can see a Vidalcan woman,
Mhm.
very androgynous features,
Mm-hmm.
hair very tight and pulled back. Walking through and inspecting, you see two people who look almost like guardsmen,
Mm-hmm.
working on these little, working on creating the like lens type devices like on the desk. And you hear another voice somewhere within the room. You can't quite make them out.
And this warehouse has been already tithe collected.
Yes.
When was that? Do I know when that was?
You didn't get
An answer.
a specific like date or time or whatever. It was sometime within the last 2 weeks, but you weren't told exactly when.
Okay. Okay. So, I stealthily closed the door.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 3 people in there that I can tell a fourth of a voice, and they're working on the lenses. Now, hate to say it, but we might need those Axos because Orjo's that face. Okay.
Oh, it's music to his ears.
I know.
Someone needs me.
But this place has already been given money to the Orgeat, and he is a family that is very important to the Orgeat, so he might actually be able to walk in there without raising too many eyebrows.
Sounds good.
What do you think, Lucy?
I can definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, but unlike last time where you got nothing, one of us should go because you're obviously not reliable on talking to people.
Why don't you come with me?
Okay, I will scare the living shit out of them. Unlike you.
Okay.
I had a quick question on when I got into like to the back side of the warehouse, the door that I saw, is that back towards the front, like towards the storefront?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to.
So
orient
did
myself.
he see us just do what we just did?
He's not looking in. He's
Okay.
just listening.
Oh, he's
I
just
think there's a
listening.
room between us,
Oh, okay.
right? I'm in like the back room of the warehouse. They're in the front room of the warehouse, and there's a room between us. Is that what I'm understanding?
They're in the front storefront room. You're in the back room. It seems like there's the main.
Oh, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
have noticed if they didn't notice.
I'm at the back door.
Yeah.
Y'all are at the front door, and there's people in between.
Okay, so I want Zilzaxos to go in with Korak. Thon and I will just hang out in the storefront unless you have another idea.
Well, I could go in with him, make sure he doesn't get carried away.
Are you gonna get carried away though?
No, I like talking with friendly people.
Okay. All right.
Do you mean
All right.
physically carried away, or like?
I can't get physically carried away. I'm too heavy.
No, I mean him. He's small. I thought you were worried about him physically getting
throw
carried
your
away.
arm and hurt somebody. How can you not physically get carried away?
Why would I do that?
If it was
I
a
mean,
goblin.
yeah. I mean, if we have Zilzaxos, he could bring us all in. I'm a tithe collector. I am allowed to be here. So I just don't want to be the reason we're here. It's him.
Strategy is your forte.
And I can see him as a bodyguard, so whatever.
Okay.
All right,
All
let's
right.
have you two get sent in.
All right.
Okay.
So I pull out like a little notebook out and a piece of paper,
Uh-huh.
pen. I walk in, look around, look like I'm writing things down. Don't necessarily say anything to anyone. Just try to look important.
Okay, so you walk in first.
Yeah, just go in.
Notebook and pencil in hand.
Mhm.
Followed in shortly by
Just me.
just you.
And then
Yep,
we're
and-
waiting to see what happens to them.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay, so
quite
y'all
have
are
my
at the
hand-
door.
We're at the door. Mhm.
Like just standing there,
Mhm.
very stoic.
I
Yeah.
don't quite have my hand on my small axe, but it's like resting on the hilt.
As you go walking in, you hear the Vidalcan woman turn and goes, "I'm sorry, what is your purpose here?"
Oh, hello there. My father was looking at purchasing this operation. I was just coming to scout it out for him.
I'm sorry, this business is not for sale. We've already given tithe this week.
Well, if there's anything that my father has learned in his time as a heir to the Zilzaxos fortune, it's that any business is for sale at the right price.
You see, you're just gonna go. Follow me this way. And she points over
Okay.
to a back doorway at the far end of the room.
All right. We have if he's already going, we can get in to the main warehouse room because he's already got him.
All right, I'll squeeze in the door.
Okay.
All right.
My associates were coming along to help me take stock of what you have going on here. I'm sure you wouldn't mind them poking around, would you?
Of course, they can head in and keep watch as we are discussing things. Come. She kind of like leads you. She kind of like holds open a door and kind of like bids you to enter.
No, I'm stubborn. I'm gonna follow
Okay.
because he's giving me a face.
As you do, she slams the door shut and locks it behind her.
Oh, so I'm locked
locking
out.
you two in.
Okay.
So
She-
they're locked into a room. He is
She and he
Locked
are.
her.
Okay.
Does this
So
seem
you're
innocent
locked
to
up.
me, or does this seem kind of sinister?
As she turns, she holds up her finger and like almost like blows you a kiss in this blue
Oh, God
magic.
damn it.
I need you to make I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
17.
17. You are just fine.
Your perfume smells so lovely, my dear.
At this point, she drops and it is not the form of a Vidalcan woman as it dissolves over it, and you see this dark-haired human woman standing before you, and she goes, "What if the easy way won't work?" And she pulls out her rapier, and she's going to try to make 2 attacks.
I was gonna say,
against
couldn't
you.
I hear? Am I able to hear through this door?
This
I mean,
sounds
I
pretty
am an
silent.
animal-esque person.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Probably will be busting in before.
14.
The attacks, but...
14. You hear her as she attacks. So you do hear the like drawing of a blade
Okay.
and
Drawing of steel
like the
and-
attacking.
Did the 2 guards hear it?
They did not.
Okay, so we're cool.
They're about to hear something.
Yeah, because
They're about to. Essentially.
once he figures out what
There's
he's
not
doing,
gonna be a
I
door
want
for
to
much
attack
longer.
the door.
Does an 11 hit your AC?
It matches, so yes.
It matches, so yes. So both hits are going to hit you.
Oh.
I only have like 9 hit points.
Well, let's hope she rolls low.
Oh.
She did not.
I'm just an innocent little twink.
So she hits you for 6 points of piercing damage and 7 points of piercing
Oh
damage.
no!
Oh.
As she drops you.
Can I try to break in? I would like.
Real quick, as she's doing this, after she fells you and you drop, she calls out and says, "You 3 can take care of the ones in there." At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative,
Even me?
including you, because you have to do so. You have to make your saves.
Right.
Ooh.
And
What do I do after? What is this? Oh, plus
add-
3, so I have
it's up at the top.
21.
Mm.
What's
Two
added
seconds.
on to initiative?
This guy?
It's at the top.
Oh,
yeah.
plus 1. Okay, 4.
Your dex modifier.
Give me 2 seconds, and I
Oh,
will go
plus
around
dex?
the table and grab it.
No,
Plus-
it is your dex. Your
Oh.
initiative is your dex modifier.
Oh, I see. I see.
Ah.
I see.
It's in the
okay.
same.
Yeah.
It's in a different box, but
Got it.
So many boxes. 4.
for all the
Give me
new
2
players
seconds.
out there,
Got it.
Yeah.
your initiative is
learning
equal to your
something.
dex modifier
Okay.
unless you have a feat.
Got 2 feet.
And I have feet. Oh my god.
Oh, it can't be worse than
For the
me.
for the new players out there, feats
Okay,
are
Lucian,
not
what
just
was
the things
your-
at the end of your
10.
life.
10. Darrison, what was yours?
10.
Correct.
2.
So,
I rolled a
Four.
natural 1.
and Limonita.
21.
21. Okay.
I rolled.
So as soon as this like calls out and Korak calls out to the rest of the group that
Shit's in
he
the
thinks Lucian's being attacked.
Okay.
You like
Was attacked.
immediately go into like crisis mode. You can see it looks like the 2 that are sitting down working on these trinkets
Yeah.
are starting to pull their blades.
Okay.
So
What does that mean?
let's go ahead
What is-
and put this out.
It means that you caught on
Here.
everything that you attack first.
Oh, okay.
And
Cool.
That's what
So-
initiative determines.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
We
that
have-
initiative determines that. Okay.
Lucian
Determines
and the
attack order.
woman
Oh,
hiding
I
away
see.
in this
Attack
little
last,
area.
And then
Got
I'll probably
it.
hear.
We have the 2 people
I got 2 people.
here, and there's somebody off
Hold on. I gotta figure
over
out which one I like.
here.
I like
So
this one.
I
She
am
seems
back
Uh,
here.
No.
I'm back there.
You are actually at this side.
Oh.
This is the back way. This is the
Okay.
alleyway that led up and around.
I'm assuming this is the door, so I'm
This is
there.
the okay.
Yes.
Right there.
Excellent.
Phone
like-
is just.
Phone's ready.
I fucking
I
love
changed
this
because the
mini.
cape's better on that one.
Great. Oh no, that's the person.
Oh.
This is the person. That's you.
This me.
This is
You
you.
want to be
Oh,
the fancy
this is me.
one.
Where am I?
Yeah,
then?
you have the fabulous cake.
Oh, yay! Good. That's what I
You're-
wanted.
She was outside with Thone, right?
Yeah, I was with Thone. I'm hanging
So
out with
y'all were-
Thone with
y'all
this
were there.
giant.
Great.
So who's dead?
No.
It's dead, right?
Yes. So Lucian got attacked.
Okay.
And this door right here is locked behind y'all.
Okay.
Great. So Limonita, you are up first.
What can I've never done this before. So what can I do?
Great,
Then
okay.
action. Hold on.
Okay, so you see these 2 starting to draw their blades,
Okay.
and this one was the voice that was over in the corner.
Okay.
You can see her starting to like stand up off of like from a desk.
Okay.
Um,
Can I use poison at all? Like throw like a thing that like breaks up like noxious fumes?
you would have poison that you can apply to your weapons, but not like
Okay.
A potion.
Okay.
obnoxious
Poison
fume.
bomb.
Okay.
There's also the locked door here that you could try to open up.
And that gets me to Lucian, right?
Yes.
Okay, I want to try to do that.
Do that? Great. So you have 30 feet of movement, so you can go 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
You still have 10 feet of movement left, but go ahead and as an action, you're going to try to pick the lock on the door.
Okay, and what do I do?
So it's the same one that you did before. You're going to roll that and add your dexterity modifier.
Shit.
No.
I didn't open the door.
No. Unfortunately, in like the moment of panic,
Is that a one?
It's a
your hands are like fumbling
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
not able
We've
to
seen too many
find enough
ones
purchase
in-
there.
for
Yeah.
I
Very
switched
onesie
out my
game.
dice.
It's a onesie
Too many
game.
for a single session.
All right,
right
so
now.
that means my turn is done.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna drink some more.
So that is going to bring us to her. She is looking around, realizing that she's kind of stuck in this current
She's been had.
thing.
I don't think she's been had.
And she's locked herself in this room.
I say, wait, so there's windows, so she can actually
There's
see
not.
us.
So
No.
she's trapped in that room.
Okay.
This looks like Lucian's thought. This looks just like a storage room. Like she was like, yeah, come right back here. To
Oh,
do
it
anything."
wasn't like an
So there's
actual
no
office.
exit.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
She's trapped. There's
Yeah.
no exit. Gotcha.
But she is going to
Ooh.
turn into a gaseous mist.
As one does.
You know. And you watch as this purple mist starts spilling out from the crack
Shit.
underneath the door.
Okay.
And it just starts roiling along the floor and starting to make its way to this door here.
Okay. I still don't have a turn, do I?
No.
Okay.
That's
I
what
just see this
that's
thing.
what she- yep.
Okay.
That's what she did.
That's what she did.
These two are going to hop up, and they've got long swords on them, so they're actually going to come charging at the two that are actually at the door. 'Cause that's where they saw her go to, and they want to protect her. As they get up close, Korek and Luminita, roll a insight check for me.
Oh, okay. Phew.
7.
We said insight,
Mhm.
so 15.
They both fail miserably at their attack rolls.
Good.
Let me just tell you.
Okay, good. Henchmen at the finest.
They're the best. But you can notice there's almost this like glazy-eyed
Oh.
look about them.
Okay.
Okay.
Like their
Okay.
eyes are very glossy and glazed over. So that's going to bring us to both Darrison and Lucian. So Darrison, you've been alerted to this chaos that is.
He's not in the building. Right?
I'm going to.
He is. He's in this very next room.
Oh, the very next room. Okay.
I'm gonna get up somewhere, because there's like a second story to it, right?
Yes. So there's this little stairwell that leads down.
Okay, I want to go. Oh, I'm on the second story already, and it
You
goes
were on the
down?
second. Yeah, you were on the second story that this stairwell leads down to the first floor with the rest of the warehouse.
Okay, then I want to get back. If I can like climb up, like adjacent to the door, and use my minor illusion to create the sound of like, I guess crates or barrels like falling over and crashing.
Okay.
In this room
Okay.
to distract.
All right.
He's trying to
Okay.
divert their attention.
So
And
all of
and
you start
hide.
hearing sounds
from
of
sight.
like crashing and
Okay.
breaking and toppling coming from the room.
Do I need
Okay.
to stealth to hide?
Um,
Like to not
well,
be seen?
you use
Or
your
am I already
action
hiding?
to cast minor illusion,
okay.
so you wouldn't be able to like spend the action to hide. But you're
But I'm like up
Up
out of
above.
line of sight of the door. That's what I want to do. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So Lucian, it is now your turn. And unfortunately, you are unconscious, so I'm going to need you to make a death saving throw.
Is it 10 is all right?
Yes.
Okay, so as long as it's above 10, 10 or above.
11.
11.
Just not. Okay, so you can go ahead and mark one success. If you roll a 20, you automatically stabilize and you regain 1 hit point, so you like awaken
Okay.
from it.
Gasping, but seriously wounded.
If you roll a 1, it actually counts as 2 failures.
Jesus.
So, you know. And
Okay.
if you hit 3 successes, you stabilize,
Okay.
even though you're still unconscious. But if you hit 3 failures before you do so, then you are
comes up.
So,
Sayonara.
just as a beginner, so since he's unconscious, he is not dead. Like, I
No.
mean, even though his hit
He's
points are...
dying.
He's dying, okay?
He's
currently
so,
bleeding out.
It's still not good.
it's still not good, but there's a way for him to be saved.
Yes.
Can we save him?
If you
Yes.
have a healer's
Oh.
kit.
Oh,
have healing spells.
okay,
or
okay.
potions or spells or whatever.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
So this one over here is going to look up the big tall elephant man, and is
Oh, no,
going
he's
to.
not.
She's going to like curve her hand around, and then thrust it outward, and this bluish flame is going to erupt past you and try to hit you with a firebolt. But I'm rolling terribly tonight, so no.
Not too terribly. We're one down.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So unfortunately, she misses, and you can see from where you're at and like towering up above. She also has the like glassy-eyed like look about her.
Let's take care of those glossy eyes. I assume it's my turn next.
Yes, it is.
I cast punch. Can I close in on this
Yes.
character?
So you lumber over to her.
Jesus Christ, vaginas.
Does he have the sign in his hand?
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
Oh my
Yes, he
God.
does. Because Thone very much disapproves of this behavior.
Oh, that's
my
a
God.
Oh, Jesus.
19 plus.
Oh, that
And
definitely
some change.
hits.
I mean, he's twice
Now
your
you have to
size.
roll
He's
your
gonna kill her.
attack, though.
What's the attack for a fist?
So now you get to roll a d4 and add
Strength.
either your strength or your dexterity modifier.
Yeah, the same. So.
Okay.
3.
3 points of damage? Alright. She is going to get to A as you deck her across the face. She spins around, almost like spits up a bit of blood, and then turns and is like blinking terribly. And all of a sudden she's like, oh my god. Thank you. Where did she go? And she's just like now furiously looking around the room.
Anytime.
Phone.
I will gladly punch you.
And you see her furiously looking around the room trying to find the woman.
Okay. Question. As a player, so now that she's like trying to, she doesn't like the big bad of this fight. Does she actually start becoming like an ally, or
We'll
no?
find
I guess
out.
we'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Correct. We are
The
on
story
to you.
unfolds.
Okay. I can't heal, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna attack the closest thing next to me.
Okay.
And I would like to rage. Ugh.
Correct lets out this blood howl, just screaming into the air, just reverberates around all of the room of this warehouse. Go ahead and roll an attack
Dice
roll.
gods. 11 plus 3, that's 14.
Plus your proficiency.
My proficiency is only in saving throw.
No,
No,
you have-
you're proficient in attacking as well.
so you get to add.
Oh, I'm using my great axe.
plus 2.
Okay, so 5 plus my proficiency or my
No,
modifier.
Your proficiency and your modifier, which I think would be 5.
That would be 5 total.
So I have 5 as my.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you add 5 to whatever you rolled.
Which was an
11.
11, so it's a 16.
16.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I
So
saw it.
16 is going to hit.
It's been a minute.
The 5 you wrote
That's
the
okay,
5
that's
there
okay.
because that's your proficiency plus your strength. So just use the 5.
Okay, that 5.
That's
gotcha.
how you got that number.
Okay.
That's where it came
Cool. So go ahead and roll an attack roll. Or roll damage for it.
8 plus 3. That's 11.
A lot.
11. Also, you are raging.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
So
So
Jesus.
13.
Korak is fucking up some fools.
Yeah.
Just cleave that.
So we're at least gonna get to as this axe just buries itself into his gullet. You just see him go, and his eyes blink a little bit. It just pushes the axe off of himself and like starts to upright himself and is like blinking, and you can see his eyes starting to return to normal.
Oh,
He's
too
still
bad.
alive?
Because he's gonna die.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, wait. I haven't used my movement. I have a bonus action, correct? Can.
Raging
Rage.
is your bonus action.
Oh, okay.
It takes a bonus action to rage.
But I can't attack anymore, correct?
No.
Okay, no, I'm just gonna stay where I am then.
Okay, great. That is going to bring us back to Luminita.
Okay, can I tell Darrison that purple mist that's probably heading towards him is something or no?
You can shout out in
Okay.
that direction because you assume that
I'm in the
Darrison
other
is
room,
that way.
yeah.
Okay, well I'm assuming that Darrison's that way, and so I'm just yelling at Darrison, "Hey, that purple mist, that's not good, and you need to stop it." And then I'm gonna try the fucking door again. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try the door again.
Go ahead and roll.
Blessed. Oh god damn it!
Slightly better.
It's an
a 2.
improvement.
A 2.
2 plus what
That's-
is it? Dexterity?
It's not gonna open
Oh,
the door.
okay.
Gonna fail
Bless
once
it.
again.
At this point, these souls are just getting like caught in the lock, and you're not able to
Okay.
make it work.
Okay.
My hands are shaking.
You're too panicked because there's people behind you trying to kill you.
That's
so
true.
that's gonna bring it on to
Doesn't make me feel better.
this one. So the mist is going to continue on its way. It's gonna get to the back door.
How did I
But
miss
it's close
him?
enough to Darrison, right?
It's a mist.
Oh,
It's in the name.
Okay. No, I was just making sure that it's on the same level as Darrison.
Yeah,
I
it's
went
now on
upstairs.
the same-
By the way, magic mist.
wait. I mean, no. Okay. Continue. Sorry.
I tried to attack it, but I
Okay.
missed.
No, you
So
attack
that is going to bring us to the soldiers. This one that Korak attacked is going to drop his sword and turn and kind of like try to grab onto the other one and try to like slap him out of it.
These henchmen.
He rolled a natural 20 on his slap.
Oh,
Oh, that's a powerful slap.
He's coursing with
It'll
adrenaline
not
from
get it till
being
the next
battle
week.
axed.
but unfortunately, that doesn't wake the one. So
Seriously?
the one is gonna try to
2 damage.
stab
is not
his
enough.
friend now, who's now against him. Oh, but he misses. Thank you. Okay, good. I was about to be like, no, he tried so hard to wake his friend up, and then his friend was like, shing, shing. No, his friend missed, unfortunately. But you see them now kind of like struggling
Struggling.
between each other.
Okay.
that's
The
weird.
one trying to wake him up, and the
Okay.
other.
I think it's interesting how you're more worried about the welfare of your monsters than you are about your players.
Look.
Sam Lucian at all
I got
times.
stabbed to death, and you're just like, oops.
Darrison, you're up.
The mist is just at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Kill the
I was gonna
mist.
say,
Punch
what
it.
can you do to grab
Punch
it?
it.
Can I cast Minor Illusion on the other side of the door? I don't know if this is gonna work. And make
Well, yeah. Something's
uh,
gonna happen because your last line is
I guess
this.
make like a pile of crates on the outside of the door, like blocking the doorway. It's Minor Illusions up to like
Within
up to 15
range.
a 15-foot area. Or sorry, silent image. Because Minor Illusion is only 5 foot. Yeah, silent image to make like a pile of crates on the other side of the door, so it looks like it's locked.
You can.
Or looks
Well,
like
if the
it's
mist slips
blocked.
through cracks,
Okay,
you can make it look like there's no
It's
cracks in the
just
door.
mist.
Yeah.
that's
I don't-
fine.
This is what I came up with. Okay. I'm
So,
rolling.
okay. So,
Let's roll with it.
So you
I'm
hold
not
out
gonna-
your hand, and this illusory stack of crates ends up on the other side of the door, like right outside of it.
You look too happy right now.
I'm supposed to follow the mist. I'm gonna like hide from everybody, keep an eye on the mist, and follow it if it leaves.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Look at it.
Okay.
He's trying his best.
He's trying.
Yeah.
Lucian, go ahead and give me another death saving throw.
What am I gonna? I can't fight the mist.
Oh, no. That's a 5.
Oh,
It's the first one.
okay. So that's
You
one
got
failure.
2 for 2.
That's gonna bring us over to this mage. She heard that they were doing that. She's going to run over and this one that's trying to be woken up. She's going to slap a hand on his back, and this like glowing energy is going to encompass him. And then she's gonna keep going, and she's gonna get like through this door here.
But we don't know her motivation at all.
I would say, but what did that do?
Oh, we just don't know. She's just doing that.
We're gonna find out.
You could ask her.
That's the
I don't think that's the time.
We're gonna find out what it
As
did.
she goes like charging through the door, after she like slaps her hand on him and like a little bit of glowing energy, she
You'll be fine,
continues
right?
running out that
No.
door, and you hear her calling out, being like, "How dare you take over my family!" And she's
Jesus.
running.
Oh, I just killed her family member just about.
That's gonna bring us to Thone.
I trust the magic lady.
Big oops.
So
Okay.
I'm going to punch that door down.
Yes, I
Oh,
need that.
just
door.
barreling
Just
through.
push
I'm just gonna
Uh,
go barreling
side.
through people and punch that door down.
Great.
I like
Go ahead
this.
and roll me an attack roll against the door.
Well, 10 plus.
That definitely hits the door.
Proficiency
Okay,
index.
Roll
hitting-
damage against the door.
Hitting the front side of the door.
3 plus strength 4.
4 damage? Okay. So you hit it and you hear wood splinter, but it's not fully broken yet.
So it's a pretty sturdy door.
How do you? No, I'll ask that later.
You can still use a bonus action to attack with your other hand,
Yeah, let's do
or
that.
your trunk, or
Yeah.
your foot, or
Yeah.
however you
I'll,
wish
I'll
to.
try my foot.
Okay.
Do I need to roll to hit again?
Yes.
Yeah. 15 plus whatever.
15 plus? Oh, yeah.
2.
2. As your foot collides in it, the whole door splits in half, and you see half of it just hanging on by the hinges.
Alright. Okay. I'll call out to my people. Go! I've got this one.
Okay. Correct. You are up.
Well, I'm in a blood-filled rage, so they're battling against each other right now, right? These two are fighting against each other.
Yeah, one
essentially?
of them has him by like the shoulders and is trying to wake him up and get him out of this.
I'm in too much of a rage. I probably don't. I can't comprehend between friend and foe between the two.
I'd say you'd be able to tell the one that's not glossy-eyed, but
Okay.
you would still.
Considering the other one's trying to like stab
Yeah.
people.
Since the other
Okay.
one is still stabbing people. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack the one that's still stabbing people, but can I do an unhand attack? Am I able to?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna punch this.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say rather than attacking with your axe, you can just straight punch them.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch.
Okay.
That's a 20, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Plus.
Come on. Everybody's really good between a slap and a natural 20 and a punch. This guy's taking some hits. Okay, so what that's going to do is a normal punch, since you are not a monk, is
Yeah.
just going to be 1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
But since you rolled a natural 20, it's actually going to double the 1, so it's 2 plus your strength.
So 5.
5 damage? Great.
Yes.
And since she ran up and slapped him on the back, he's going to get guidance for his wisdom saving throw. So he gets to add that. So he will break out of the charm
Okay.
as you deck him across the face, and his head comes up,
Screaming
and
at him.
he's just like bleeding down the face at this point. And he watches like the faint bits of like glossy fog in his eyes start to dissipate, and also just like, oh, I deserved that. I'm sorry.
I'm just
Oh.
grunting at
Sorry.
this man.
So both of them are out of the fog now,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So that means that you are up.
Okay, so this person's running out. We don't know where she went.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Darrison is. He's just in that other room.
Uh-huh.
And these two guys, we don't know if they're friendly or foe.
At this point, they've like broken out of their
And they're not
like, hazy fog.
They're not engaging.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I run after the fog. Like, go that way?
Okay, great. So you
Because
come
I can't do
charging
anything for
Rascal.
Lucian. And the door is
I already
being...
told
Jumps
you.
over
I
the
got this
elephants.
one.
Yeah, I know you got this one, so I'm trying
So
to...
you can
Or
get to
won't.
like there. You can keep going. Like you can spend a whole turn
Yeah.
doing
Yeah, I
like,
just want to
getting
follow
there.
it.
Okay,
I want to
great.
follow it.
So you
That's
get
my turn.
you get all the way to there.
Okay, that's my turn.
That's gonna bring us to the fog, who is going to shoot out the little crack in the door, and you watch it. It does like slide up the crack between like the illusory crates and the things, just assuming that it is still a thing. But the mist can fit in as space as tiny as a keyhole.
Yeah. I feel like maybe like a wall would have.
And you see it, like go up the top and disappears out of sight.
I see this?
Past the because you both are looking through the
Okay,
thing.
so we both see this. Okay.
Yeah, she disappears up the top of the building.
And she's
You don't
in
know
the
where
wind.
You don't know where she is
Okay.
at this point.
She gon' poop.
So that's
She
gonna
gone
bring
poof,
us
I like
back
that.
to the soldiers themselves. They are now starting to like look around and get their bearings, and fuck, we just took big hits. This one had an axe in his gullet, and the other one like just got decked in the face. But they are looking around. They're like, "I'm so sorry. Did she make us do any? What is everyone okay?" And they like look past, and they look in and see Lucian's unconscious body. And they start like fumbling amongst themselves, and one hands over a healing potion to the other, and he goes running in and starts pouring the potion down Lucian's throat, just like please, 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 please. So all of a sudden you just, Daddy, is that you?
Oh my god.
And so, Lucian, you are back up. And I'm so sorry. You heal, technically, I will tell you what you heal. Because this is a healing potion.
So a healing potion, that makes it where he doesn't have to do the saving
Correct,
thing
because
anymore?
you were going to heal 7 points of damage
Okay.
from this healing potion.
Oh, okay.
But I'm at negatives, right? Or
No.
you just
No.
dropped to 0.
You dropped to
Okay.
zero.
You gotta
Okay.
heal
Unless-
up to 0.
Unless the damage would take you to negative your hit point maximum,
Right. Okay.
then it's fine. That's the only time that it matters, because if an attack would take you to negative your hit point maximum, then you die instantly without death saving throws. Just like
Damn.
dead. But you're good.
That's
Back up.
hardcore.
So Darcy, we'll go ahead and bring it over to you as the soldiers are-
If the mist went outside, I will throw the door open and look for the mist.
Okay.
If I saw it traveling upward too, I will.
Roll me a
every direction.
perception check.
19.
Hey.
You see it rolling up over the top of the ceiling.
Up over the top, so like along the roof.
Yeah, you see
It's
it
not like
curling.
flying off into the air.
No, you
Okay.
see it curling up to the top of the roof.
Can I follow it?
So you went 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll say, yeah, you can get to just the very top of the rooftop there, and you see the mist rolling up, and it's starting to like levitate upwards.
Is it? It's still far away from me though, right?
It's probably like 20 feet away from you at this point.
Oh, okay. It's not close to me. I'll try it. Oh.
All right.
Oh, darling, how I've missed you. And I'm going to cast Charm Person on the mist.
How I've missed you.
Oh my
missed
god.
But it's Charm Person, not Charm Mist.
I hate everything.
I
that
cast
just
Pun
happened.
Mist.
I'm gonna vomit. It's fine. Just,
Oh my god.
It's a 13.
if I wasn't feeling well earlier, I'm definitely not feeling well right now. Let me tell you.
If mist
Ask
is
Charm
susceptible
Person
to charm.
We're about to find out, huh?
She
13 wisdom save?
is charmed by you.
Oh my god.
It was the pun. He likes puns.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Jarrison today.
This isn't the first time I've made Wesley pull out a rulebook during
No, I'm ready. Good job.
That's my turn, but I will yeah, I
Okay,
hit the miss.
great.
So wait, hold on. So what is the miss doing? Do we know that answer? Okay, good.
We'll have
okay.
to see.
Lucy, we're back to you.
You're
Actually,
not alive.
at this point,
We're not in
we'll
combat.
be out of combat for the time being.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Technically, she gets to roll a second time because y'all are attacking.
We haven't attacked her.
Your people are like.
No one attacked her though.
It doesn't matter. It's a 12.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying. Technically, she would get.
Yeah, if we're
But at this point, we'll kind of like pull it out of initiative.
if our company
Okay.
As so the soldiers and the mage kind of like huddle together, trying to like make sure each other's okay. You guys are down here in this, and you are up with
I'm on the roof with my new best friend.
a charmed gaseous
A
form.
cloud of mist.
Great. So with that, we are going to go ahead and take a break for now, as you guys have done some very interesting things. Very interesting things. But we're going to take about a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll see what happens with this charmed gaseous mist. Thank you guys so much. We will be right back after a break.
Okay.
left off, having chased a gaseous form out of this warehouse after they fell Lucian, Darrison let loose a charm person spell and a last-ditch effort to hold on to things, and managed to connect. So this form is now currently charmed by you.
I would like to walk up to it and like, oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Oh, please, I understand you're probably very busy. Could we talk on, more familiar terms and appearances?
And you see the mist drop into the form that you saw before of the actual.
Well, I haven't seen,
Is
but
it Vidal?
you
but they did, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it.
This, and you see now before you, it is not the fake Vidalcan form that they had before. This is a woman with short, cropped black hair, black feathers, and she has a rapier and a number of daggers hanging in her belt. She just kind of drops down and goes, "Oh, but of course I can't very well speak in, well, that."
Yeah, it's incredible. You really have to show me how to do that sometime? I feel like it comes in handy a lot.
Some of us have to keep our secrets.
You and your secrets. Well, I suppose I have my own, but
Cool.
how do you get into this line of work without secrets, right?
Naturally.
Well, it's awfully windy up here. Do you mind? Can we step downstairs? I've been running all day. I'm gonna take a seat.
Make a persuasion check. You get to do so at advantage since they are charmed by you.
Put this back over.
That is a 23.
23. She goes, "That's perfectly fine. Do you mind if we duck into an alleyway or somewhere else? I seem to have blown my cover down there. I can't very well go back inside. You understand?"
Of course. Yeah, and I'll help her down off of the roof onto the little stairway, and we'll make our way down the stairway to the alley below, and kind of round the corner, and
As she does so,
I'll let
she
her
holds her
lead the way.
hand above her, and she raises it, and that the Vidalcan form returns. She goes, "Much better. You understand keeping up appearances."
I know it's sometimes it's uncomfortable, but
So you guys make your way around to the back corner, back around that alleyway.
yeah,
that
further
ran along
back into the
side.
alley.
Yeah.
I want to let her lead the way, and can I use minor illusion to make just like a little canary or like a little yellow bird or something that's just perched on the edge of the railing as we walk behind, looking in our direction
Okay.
as like a signal,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
pointing where we
We're
headed.
going.
And Luminita, you.
Which Luminita has seen this bird
As
before.
I say, and
because
you
backstories.
huddled up. You were huddled up right inside the back corner there, and kind of holding off the Vidalcan wizard who was about to go hell and high water. And
Yeah.
so she went back to check in with the soldier
Okay.
people.
Okay.
But the rest of you guys gather yourselves, stand Lucian up, make sure he's okay, and y'all peek your head in, and Luminita's letting you guys know that Darrison has her right in the alleyway.
Okay, so I see Darrison and the Vidalcan woman walk by and see the bird and everything.
Yeah.
I know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So you keep your eyes on the bird.
Okay.
Since it's pointed where
Okay.
they are down the alleyway.
Okay. And so I'm just staying there for right now while you guys, because I don't want to lose track of the bird.
As we round the corner out of sight, and she feels more comfortable. Your cover was blown. Is everything okay? Anyone still inside?
Well, at this point, I don't know how many of the others are still under my command, but it's fine. This place was starting to lose its interest to me anyway.
Really? What is it about it that gets dull, you know?
Right.
They're trying to get me into this line of things, and I don't know if I really want to go for it.
Roll a deception check. At advantage still, because it's still she's still charmed by you.
15.
15. She kind of looks you up and down. She's like, "I'm so sorry. Who was your employer again?"
Oh, you know, management has been crazy. They've kind of had me bouncing around. Oh, what was his name last time? It always fails me.
Listen, I
Smelt
need
to-
to go if they're starting to come to.
Oh,
So I'm just.
absolutely. Yeah,
gonna-
no, I
She
know a
starts
great.
like backing down the alleyway.
If you need somewhere to lie low, I actually know somewhere real close that we can head to.
She's like, I have hiding spots of my own, but we can reach back in touch once things have calmed down.
Absolutely. Where do you normally? Where do you think we could?
She goes,
Wonderful.
"Oh, cool."
I wanna catch
She
that.
pulls out a little piece of paper and she scribbles some symbols on it, and hands it over to you.
Okay. I want to try Darison's damnedest to memorize these symbols, because I imagine they're not in a language I understand.
It is like all sorts of symbols. It's like triangles, squiggly line.
Yeah.
Like it's in like some obvious kind of like coded shorthand.
Yeah, I want
yes,
to try
of
to
course, you can-
memorize it, even if it's like that I could replicate it, even if I don't know what it says.
Okay.
In case
Give
it
me
disappears.
a intelligence check.
I don't know if it's gonna disappear. That's a 1.
Okay. Great.
But I'm gonna pocket the note.
All right. Fine. She goes, "Of course, you can meet me back up here after things have calmed down." And she kind of like takes a peek or two out at the front of the alleyway. She's like, "But I gotta like."
Oh, of course. And what is it that you go by these days? So many code names back and forth.
She goes, "Oh, the one I use mostly is Lady Bay."
Oh, I don't know that one.
She goes, I'll see you around. What was your name again, handsome?"
Oh, Lucian.
I'll keep that in mind. Roll a deception check at advantage because she's so charmed by you.
Is it 15?
15. You see her just kind of like look you up and down a little bit. She's like, "Fine, keep your secrets."
It's
and
a new one I'm trying
ducks
out.
into the main road.
I want to follow her stealthily.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
How bad was yours?
Well, she rolled a natural 20 on
Ooh,
hers.
she is
So
gone.
I have
almost.
the opposite of that.
Right. So as you are, as you like kind of like head to the front into the street to try to see it, you catch her hand go up in the crowd, but somebody passes by and you can't see what she like disguised herself into. And you catch maybe like one other hand go up, but then that you just start like seeing people waving at you. Like then you can't tell if it's like somebody
Mhm.
waving at somebody or somebody waving goodbye or trying to flag somebody down.
Mhm.
So you can't match anymore as she's
Mhm.
like just making her way down this ground. So she's gone. She's in the
At least she wasn't literally in the. Okay.
and you technically got a location out of her.
Yeah.
So.
Now we just have to
I don't know.
I feel like that's the Ravnica equivalent of a fake phone number. What just happened there?
I'm going to spin back around and come and round the corner back towards Luminita.
Okay. So you make your way up the stairs.
And I'll pull out the little note and I'm like, I think you deal with this nonsense.
Yes,
and I'm
but
gonna
I
give
also
it to
deal
her.
with the person. Where's the person?
Second
I'm
time
not a
Millicent is
I
like,
just, I sent you. You bring back the not notes. What am I gonna do with notes?
If you want someone to bring back people, get the big one.
But
Look, you missed your chance.
okay, I will take this note. I will take this note. But this is the second time today, and within hours, that you were supposed to bring back people. This is part of our.
I'm not a strong man. I am a smart man.
Are you?
So as they're having this conversation, you three inside are there with the Vidalcan woman and the two human men.
Well, I'm gonna apologize for hitting the Vidalcan woman.
I'm gonna.
She just kind of she's like, please don't. I don't know how much time I've lost to that wretch of a woman under her control.
Who is that woman?
We have no idea. She showed up one day, and we were merely trinketeers and artisans of small mechanical objects, and she showed up one day and managed to gain control of us three, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what happened to the other two employees that we had working here, but
I want to investigate the room.
okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Looking around.
And I'll be making my way back in to join them.
I roll at advantage, but that's still a 14.
14. So looking around the room, you can see any of the items and things that were probably from like their main part of their business, the small trinketeers and gadgets and things, have since been like pushed up underneath desks, things like that, and all the materials that are out and about are the materials to make these lens type devices. As you were looking around the room, you do notice like a logbook and a ledger, and it looks like this has been going on for probably roughly about 2 weeks in time that she's been having them make these things.
Seems strange because the Azorius are lawful. That's what the machines were for the Azorius. So I'm just confused. I'm not intelligent enough
What?
to figure this out.
She's like, what? Machines, I apologize, we're still coming out of it.
Oh, we tracked these devices you were making, and they were being used for Azorius machines. They had small flying bugs, and they put these in them, and they stole our memories.
I'm so sorry, that sounds absolutely terrible. The workers that have been here have been the only family that I've had. We stick to each other, but we never imagined getting involved in any of this.
It'll be okay now.
And she seems very like shell shocked at this point, having like just come out of being like perpetually charmed for like 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then punched by an elephant.
And then punched by an elephant, or gutted by a minotaur's axe.
So
Imagine-
he's upright.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just-
Okay.
I imagine Luminutes and I bickered our way.
Bicker
Back
way back
into
Back
the room.
Yeah.
I need to know if Lucien is fine. Is he alive? Is he alive?
I was actually gonna go
and
in.
Lucien is like weakly holding himself up, like almost probably like propped up against a wall.
Okay.
She stabbed me.
I know, but I need to make sure you're alive. Okay. That's fine. That's all I need to know. No,
She stabbed me.
What?
Why we're sitting around here talking about trinkets and baubles, and I just got stabbed. Does it still hurt? Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna walk over to him,
Should've listened to me.
pull my sleeve up, and I'm gonna slap my hand over that stab wound, and you'll see the Rakdos insignia on my arm like start to glow, and it just burns and cauterizes this stab wound with a little.
wait a minute. You have
Cure
healing
wounds.
magic? When did that happen?
It's 4 points of health.
What?
It comes in
You're probably
handy
back up to
in
full,
our
yeah.
line of work.
Hmm.
It's not pleasant, I imagine.
Okay.
Screams.
It doesn't.
It doesn't hurt now, but I was stabbed. I've never
You
been in
need
a
to-
fight before.
The front door.
And I
The
was
fir-
stabbed.
The first time you get stabbed is always the hardest, but you need to get over it.
The one soldier who got like almost completely disemboweled by Korak just kind of like weakly holds up a hand that's like probably coated in his own blood.
Oh,
Just like,
God.
I mean, you didn't get gored by that one.
He's
so.
got a point.
Okay, I would. So I
What
actually
happened
have
to him?
I have a herbalist kit. I'm sure I have some sort of salve on hand, and I would like to offer that.
Okay.
I was gonna
Make a medicine check.
So is that a D20 still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna turn to him like, I'm
Not
spent,
supposed
bud.
Did the
That
shape
would be a 5.
5. You're able to like stop the active bleeding.
Yeah.
And at least kind of like help patch him up that way. But it,
Salves aren't meant to.
Yeah.
So
You're able to at least like probably treat it for a potential infection, but he definitely needs to have that
So,
looked at.
Lucian, pro tip, first point of order, I think I won. And the front door probably not the best way to sneak in.
It is,
so
though.
if you don't want to get stabbed,
I did sneak in the front
Be
door.
nice to me. I was just stabbed. Did
I
did
helped.
the shape-shifting woman stab you too?
No, I got stabbed by that one.
What were y'all doing?
You should
Trying
have
to
listened to
save
me.
you.
You were behind a locked door. What do you think I was supposed
It's
to
not
do?
his fault. That woman had us 3 charmed under her control for the past 2 weeks. We've
makes sense.
Yeah.
been having to obey her orders.
It
So
happens.
terribly sorry.
My
It's
ass,
been
you
a
are.
lot.
Who would do that to a person? I want to look around at the. Can I look around at the equipment and see?
Did you die?
It's all like the stuff that they.
Yeah, so all the
Used to make
equipment
this
that's out on the desks and workbenches and things is all like akin in different portions of these lens type devices. It
Okay.
doesn't seem to
Can
be.
I ask, the people there, when you were under the spell, do you recall what you were doing or how these things were made?
She says, the Vidalcan woman raises her hand. She says, I mainly was the one that helped her develop it. She had the plans with her, and had them with her the first day. I'm not sure where they would be, if they would be in here. I don't think they would be. She says, but we were to develop these devices that could, they could have the lens itself enchanted with some type of memory capturing magic that she helped provide as part of this. And so it was my responsibility to help lay the groundswork for it, and then she saw to properly enchanting each of the devices once they were completed, with the other 2 here assisting in the actual like physical construction of them.
And who supplies the materials? And where do these machines go? Do you
That
know?
that we do not know. She
Interesting.
handled those matters.
There wasn't any ledger that I found that shows where they might go or buyers or anything.
Make another investigation check.
Advantage.
20.
Nat 20.
So looking over, the ledgers that are here don't show where. It doesn't give you any names or things to like who they go to, but it does give you a location in. Let me pull up which precinct this is in real fast to show you. It looked to be at a location somewhere in Precinct 3. Roll a history check at advantage. Though.
History. Alright. 15 minus 1, 14.
14? That's fine. You recognize it as the rough location of somewhere within Beast Haven in Precinct 3, which was one of the sections that was going to be turned into
Alright.
Udzek.
Well, I'll take that address and hold on to it.
Beast Haven is Gruul territory, isn't it?
Beast Haven is Selesnya
Oh,
territory.
Selesnya
That's
territory.
nice.
Okay.
It
It's one
was
of the
it was
two.
Beast Haven and the Red Wastes. Between
Oh, Red
Precinct
Wastes is
3,
Gruul.
yeah, between
Okay.
Precinct 3 and Precinct 4, there was a large swath of land between those two precincts and those two districts within them that was going to be repurposed for Udzek. And so this points to a location within that.
Well, I'm going to inform everyone with the address I found, the fact that, this is definitely tied to the whole Azorius plan somehow.
That's good to know. I want to read or try to see if I know what the symbols of the note is.
Great. Give me a investigation check.
8 plus 1, so 9.
And
And plus
you are
proficiency, so 11.
11. You can make out probably about half of the symbols
Okay.
and infer enough about this through other methods of communication that
Okay.
you've had through the thieves' camp that you know.
Okay.
Through like the various shorthand that people would use that to discuss. It points to a location. See, I know the things. I have to pull up the precincts. Is what I have to keep in mind. It pulls up a location somewhere within Precinct 6, shortly off of 10th Street.
Shortly off of 10th Street, but I don't know exactly because I can't read the whole thing. Okay. So this note that Darrison decided that this was more worthy than the actual person. No.
It was not a decision
No.
that I got to make.
You could have kept the person. You charmed.
Me and what army?
Okay, I'm not getting into this with you again. So it's near 10th Street in Precinct 6, but I don't know exactly where. I can't read all of it. So, Lucian, are you okay? Are we gonna have to still deal with this that's happening right now? Are you
No,
done?
I'm not okay.
You've been healed. You can walk.
No, I was stabbed.
Oh
I
my-
could have died.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Yes.
can anyone. Okay. Someone else deal with him.
You watch the
we-
Vidalcan woman just kind of like walk up and she hands you one of the little like mechanical horse toys, just like.
See, she's
"That
more useful.
Make you feel better?
There's
I've never been stabbed before.
young
I don't
one
know what the
is-
proper. I'm sorry you got stabbed because me and my friends were charmed.
See, they had it worse. One of them has
Thing
been
is-
gored, and you just were stabbed slightly. It's fine.
I thank you. This helps so much more than anything my friends have done.
Are we friends though? We're just in this together, and you just need to suck it
thought
up.
we were
Lumi-
friends, Lumi.
No, no.
Lumi, Lucy, I think
I love that he
we
calls you
should get
Lucy.
out of their way.
I
feel
like
like we've
Lucy.
imposed enough on the family here. And let's go get a drink
Okay.
and maybe sort some of this out. He can drown his feelings, and we can kind of regroup. I feel like we've imposed on you guys enough.
That would be great. We're probably gonna call authorities here soon.
Oh,
Well,
but then we need,
the problem there is that this is official Azorius business. We were sent here to terminate the goings on here and apprehend this lady who charmed you, and so obviously what's going on here is a big deal and has a lot of ties to very high up things, so it's a little need to know.
Exactly. It needs to be need to know. And we are here just to kind of clean up some mess.
Roll a deception check, adding
Okay.
Munitsa's modifier. So add 1.
Add 1.
That is a 19, a 20, a 25.
25. You see, you're just kind of like, I understand.
Thank you.
We
We'll just try to get back to our business as usual.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Very much
And
so.
Lucien, a little something for their time. I believe you owe me 1 gold piece.
I was stabbed, and you're gonna call in a bet?
Yes, because it's honorable to call in the bet that you made. You're not a Welsh, are you?
No, I'm not dealing with this evening.
Lucien, young man.
I'm just gonna
We are
stomp my
here
hoof
on
and
official business.
snort and growl at them.
We are-
Look, no, enough.
Oh.
Done.
Oh.
Let's get out of here. I'm tired of dealing with this.
He did
Children.
kill a man. And there's
You're a child.
I will give
You're
them
both
a
children.
gold piece, and
Let's
I
go.
will out the back door
Okay. Sure. I'm not good. He gored a
and
man.
glare. at
Um.
Lucien.
So
I point to like my stab scars, like.
And I'm just gonna point to my broken horns and all my scars.
Yeah, let's do, if you want to examine scars, I mean, I've been stabbed like 3 times. You need to
I've
get
never
over-
been in a fight before.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You all just left me, and then she stabbed me. What am I supposed
you were
to do?
locked in a door, and you were.
I picked a rose once, and it was covered in thorns.
See, we've all seen our fair share of bloodshed, Lucien.
He's
You're
gonna
gonna
point-
have
and
to
he's-
keep up.
So you guys make your way out the back exit, I swear. You make your way out the back exit of the warehouse, down the alleyway, back onto the main street itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are on the street. It is now like heavily into dusk.
Yes.
It's like the purples and the oranges are starting to
Probably should
like,
go to
pour
an
over
inn.
everything.
Should we? Yeah, I think it might be good to gather our wits about us, since Lucien won't stop crying about the stabbing, and we need to kind of yes, we need to get over it.
Lucien, I do want to say, when those who are proficient in talking are talking to people who do not need to know what we are doing, it would be wise to not undercut my authority. And you owe me 1 gold with interest.
He's gonna hold you to that, by the way, Lucy. I like that. I like common Lucy. So yes, I would vote for an inn. I vote for an inn.
We should rest first, and
Yes.
then I believe we should pursue the Azorius League.
We're collecting a bit of an address book.
So all of you have your own various like living arrangements whatsoever. So you all can go about to your regular homes. You all can
Okay.
stay the night in a boarding house somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to stay together for the evening's rest, that is up to you.
I'll sleep under the nearest tree.
Well, I'm not sleeping under a nearest tree, so I'm gonna go home, and you guys are not allowed to know where that is. So bye.
She says deuce.
Ditto, and I'm disappearing into the night.
Yes.
Do we have a meeting point?
Oh,
planned?
yes. Let's meet under Thone's tree, which I'm assuming is this one right here.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
This
We're gonna
time.
meet under Thone's tree at sunrise.
And it is a beautiful
I was
tree.
600.
Oh, I'm very
Uh,
glad.
It's got a very thick trunk. The outside of it has that kind of like white bark that like kind of peels away to like
Ah, gorgeous.
yeah. It's very very pretty.
So Thone is very excited about this tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna not be here anymore, and I will be back around sunrise. Are we good with that?
Yeah. I'm just
good.
gonna go to the nearest inn.
Okay.
I'm going home. I'm sleeping with my dad.
Oh my god. I love
Lord.
it.
I love it.
Okay, so
So an inn stay for you would cover you 5 silver, and there's boarding houses very close by to where Thone is.
Yeah, that's no issue.
Alright, great.
I start out with 10 gold.
Hey, there you go.
Back to mine.
I have 10.
So you hand them a
5. I'm wearing.
50 zib coin, which are like one of the different increments of coins
Okay.
you have. You pay the 5 silver, so you will have 9 gold and 5
9.
silver. It's 10 silver for every gold.
Oh, okay.
So 5
Oh.
silver pieces, you'll have 9 gold and 5 silver left.
Okay.
So you guys rest up for the evening. Right.
How late is it when we get home?
Through the various, it was probably fairly late at night for you, given that you had to go to, back to Precinct 6, right on the other side of Precinct 1. So it was probably nearing, I would say, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night by the time you actually, you rolled up.
I wanted to ask if maybe I have a name. If when I get back, if I could maybe ask around like a local bar of.
Okay. Since you're
Come in.
staying up late, and it is well past the time for a normal day,
Just for like an hour or so,
I
if I get.
we'll still
get
say go
someone
ahead and
else.
make a Constitution saving throw to see if you don't get exhausted.
It's a 17 plus.
You're fine. You are Darrison LeMay. You are a
Hey,
child of
parties
the
all
night.
Parties
Let's
all
be
night.
He's a street performer.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a investigation check as you are.
That's the thing that I'm not good at. So.
Roll?
-1, 13.
13. So you ask around a few folks. Nobody seems to know the name Lady Vey, but there are a number of folks like that as you're describing it, are able to describe similar interactions, and you gather that you're at least able to gather enough that Lady Vey is of the Demir.
Okay.
That's the amount of information that
She's housed.
she seems connected to the Demir in some way.
Could I throw in Dezaz and just.
I'd say you would stay up again some more, so I would require another.
I'll
Constitution
ask in the
saving.
morning.
Okay.
If I'm getting tired.
Great.
Okay.
Breakfast.
As Lucian, as you return home to your family's estate, one of the servitor spirits who has served her family for a while, of course, sees about making sure you're comfortable and recognizes the scars that are still magically healing over. She goes, "I'm so sorry, sir. Was there a scuffle this afternoon? Are you injured? Do you need..."
Yes, there was a scuffle!
Sir, you probably don't want to raise your voice so that mother and father hear.
I'm very upset. I'm sorry. I'm very upset. And no one cared. No one cared that I got stabbed.
Well, sir, and he just kind of glides over to the wall where there is some type of beast that has been mounted on the wall full of horns, and just continues to glide his body in and out of the horns. Just well, there is one way to solve the problem of being stabbed. I can't be.
No. You're not this again. No. No.
I'm just saying.
No, you did father put you up to this?
No.
He knows I have to pick my school, doesn't he? He's been trying to push me towards necromancy.
I mean,
You can't lie to me.
just saying. Continues to float in and out of this horn on the wall. It's like, just give it some thought, sir. It might tend to help protect you from further skirmishes. So he continues floating around and he's like, and don't worry, I won't tell your father about this transgression.
Thank you. I have no idea what he would do.
He just floats through the wall back into another room of the house. The rest of you guys wake up in the morning and make your way back to Precinct 2, where you find Thone just resting peacefully and meditating underneath his tree, and Korak standing there just kind of like keeping watch for you guys as you all slowly make your way in. Darrison, you wanted to ask about as you were making your way there?
I was gonna say, like, over breakfast or whatever if I come down.
Okay.
Or-
As you are making your way from Precinct 6 to Precinct 2, go ahead and roll me another investigation check.
Ooh, a 12.
12. So you, not a lot of folks know much about Dazaz or Juzba. You do get information that they are connected to the Shattergang brothers, but unfortunately you already knew that. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like there's much more information to gather about them, at least from the general populace.
Okay.
So you guys eventually all come back together, and you are, once again, it's bright early morning, there underneath Thone's new tree.
Okay. Lucian, did you tell your father about this dying?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
I wouldn't
good.
be here.
Good. That's what I needed to know. Anyways, good morning, everyone.
Did you see this tree?
It's
pretty
a great tree. I don't
How
know
are you
why I
feeling,
like you,
Lucian?
but I like you.
I feel amazing. Today is a gift.
So
You
you're
get
not
a good
gonna
night's-
whine anymore. Gotcha.
You get a good night's rest.
Yes. The best
Feel-
of my life.
Tell me you feel okay.
No. But
But he didn't tell his father, and that's the most important thing.
but that made
Just saying.
that brush with death made me realize how beautiful our world really is.
Oh my god.
But
And I need to cherish every moment I have.
You
But
should have
it's
slept under this tree.
that okay.
You're right.
Sure.
And
You're right. I should have.
did we learn another lesson about sneaking?
Yes.
Use the back door.
You're right.
And also
Use the
he
front
owes you
door.
money. He does owe you money. Also, Lucian, did you choose a school by any chance? While this whole revelation you're having is happening.
It might have nudged me in a direction.
I don't like that. Okay. So I had a restful night. How was everyone else's? Did anyone learn something new?
Well, this Lady Vey,
Mhm.
the smoke woman from last night.
Okay.
She's a Demir agent.
Demir.
Smoke woman.
Sounds like a Jimi Hendrix song.
Not a
Um,
lot. Not a lot I could get about her.
I'm sorry, you said Demir though, right?
Yes. From
Why would the
What I've
Demir
heard.
be working with?
That's a very good
Law.
question. That's a very good question.
Wait, didn't whoever uncovered something about the Demir and the connection with these devices say that the memory stuff was the Demir's? Maybe she was just trying to procure her wares, or
Maybe just turning
some
a profit.
nonsense.
well,
If it is theirs.
if I had to hazard a guess, I would think that the information may not be solely for the benefit of the Azorius. Whatever
Oh.
information they're gathering,
So you're thinking
the
that
Demir must have some sort of interest in it
Working
as
with the
well in
Demir.
order to invest so much of their resources.
Mm-hmm. An interesting quandary. Very interesting. We also have the Precinct 6. The information I got from the little note. The Demir thing is fascinating, to say something, but I don't know if it's the most pressing matter at the moment, because, I mean, we all tangled with Demir. Well, maybe not all of us, but...
my other qualm about so soon meeting again with Lady Vey is that no offense to our lovely band of merry men here, but I think she's a bit outside of our wheelhouse for the moment. I know for a fact that she knows for a fact that what we did was not on the up and up, and I don't want to cross her anytime soon, considering we nearly lost a dear friend.
That
Thank you, Darius.
don't feed the ego. I know you want.
He's
Anyways,
vulnerable. And
You
we need to
people
take
are
care of him.
just
Since-
what ifs and what buts. Okay, so we have the lady and then we have the goblins. What are we gonna do? Pick one.
Now we also have the location I picked up.
we do
And
also have the location.
him.
you
We
But
picked
don't know
up.
what happened to the goblins that are in custody.
So you do have 2 different locations in Precinct 6. You have
The place
the
on-
location of the Goblin headquarters,
And the smelt ward,
And the smelt
then
ward.
Lady Vey's
and then Lady
rendezvous
Vey's
point.
thing off of 10th Street. And then Thone picked up the location in Precinct 3.
So we're in precinct 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Thone's area is the closest, and honestly, I think I agree with Darrison. Tangling with someone that might be Demir might not be the best course of action at this moment in time. So, Thone, where was that area you said?
Precinct 3, and I think it's better than dealing with goblins or someone that can just kill a party member instantly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Lucy, what do you think about this?
I think that you are right,
Hmm.
and you have a lot of wisdom that I can learn from.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
This brush with death has changed me.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you have to trust people.
poor
You should never-
child.
She doesn't take well to compliments. You have to,
How do you know? You've never given me one.
because you don't take well to them.
Okay.
Case in point.
Jesus.
This is
All
why I
right.
never deal with
Okay.
humans. They're indecisive.
Okay.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
I
know
told
This is
you.
this is why you don't deal with humans? You can't say that.
How can I not? You're
That's
bicker and babble and you never.
Lucian gored a man yesterday. Just remember that. Just remember that, please.
I also told you that I should have come with you with that lady.
I
but-
wanted you to come with me. She locked the door.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
So are we in any accord of any kind? Are we in agreement of anything?
What was the location in District 3?
It's a
What is it?
location within the Beast Haven district.
Oh, that we
that's
got
right
from the
up-
blueprints.
that's-
Yes, it's where they're building the,
And that's your area, right?
and I disapprove of them building there.
Okay. But you would be able to walk free around that area without.
Oh
any-
yes, I walk quite freely.
Oh, I knew that, but I just no, not doing it. It's too early. I am all for following Thone to the Beast Haven.
I'm not opposed. I do want to follow up with this Shadow Gang business, in the smelt ward at some point, but maybe later tonight.
I would think
it'll
later
be a
is
bit
fine.
more, busy, amicable.
It's a solid plan.
They'll be drunk.
True.
Drinking's always good. So,
I need a drink.
your thoughts? Since you were stabbed yesterday.
I appreciate the care that you're showing.
Jesus Christ.
Where do you
okay.
feel safer?
Definitely in Selesnya territory.
Excellent. Just walk close to our big friend here.
Which
he'll keep an eye
brings
on
up
you.
another question. Our big friend in Silesian territory, are you going to be nice?
Depends.
So, can you make sure he's nice?
Of course.
Okay.
All right. And with that, you guys head off in the direction of Precinct 3. And that is where we are going to end things tonight. And we'll pick back up as you guys start to head towards Beast Haven to figure out what's going on with these devices and how they seem to be connected to a number of different places and guilds. And there seems to be more going on behind the scenes than we've come to realize. So we will pick back up with that next Sunday, and we'll see what's going on there and hopefully get some more information about these Shattergang Brother Goblins as well while we're doing so. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight and watching our stream. Continue to tell everybody about us. They can continue to follow us along at twitch.tv/colorguards and watch all of our VODs for past episodes and stay caught up from the first episode and this second episode. And we will see you all next week. Thank you all so much and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.